Am I the asshole for telling my fiance I don't want his best man coming to our wedding after what he did at my birthday dinner? So I'm 29 female and my fiance 31 male, and we have been together for 4 years. We are planning our wedding for later this year, which has been going great, except for one person, his best friend Kyle. Kyle is one of those dudes who peaked in high school and is so insufferable. He is always making unnecessary jokes that seem like insults, to be honest. But my fiance says he's just goofy and immature, and so I've tried to keep my peace. Anyways, my birthday was 2 weeks ago. Nothing big happened, just a dinner at a nice restaurant with close friends and family. Near the end of it, someone mentioned the wedding and how everything was going, and my fiance answered and said we were writing our own vows. I said I was nervous, but excited. Then, Kyle said loudly, I think everyone present in the restaurant heard it. That's how loud he was. Quote, just don't cry halfway through your vows like you did during your breakup. Remember that? The table went dead silent. In the moment, I laughed it off because I didn't want to create a scene there. But I was humiliated. My dad was present there and my fiance was aware of that breakup. It was abusive and traumatic. I later told him how hurt I was, and he said, Kyle was just being Kyle, and you know how he is, babe. So I sat on it for a few days, even though I was hurt. But then I finally told him I don't want Kyle at the wedding. Not at the rehearsal, not giving a speech, nothing. Nowhere. I just don't want him there. Now my fiance is saying I'm overreacting, that Kyle was just trying to be funny and kicking him off the list would destroy our 15 years of friendship. But honestly, if Kyle cannot respect me, then why should I allow him to stand next to the man I'm marrying? So, am I the asshole for refusing to have Kyle at the wedding after all this?
Not the asshole, but it's a frickin' yellow flag from your soon-to-be husband for being such good friends with him and defending him blindly without recognizing how rude that was.
Doesn't want to rock the boat.
Grow a fucking spine, my guy. Not attractive.
Yeah, definitely not. This is not a good place where you want to be a few months before your wedding, finding out that your fiance has his quote unquote best friend's back over yours.
Definitely don't want this asshole doing a speech at my wedding. Fuck that.
Nope. How inconsiderate and rude to be talking about someone else's abusive relationship and make light of that and be like, oh, you shouldn't cry like you did with that breakup with that shitty guy that you dated.
Yeah, exactly.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
How yuck are you? One of the top comments says, best believe Kyle will ruin your wedding. He's a good old-fashioned attention hoe who gets off on being obnoxious.
Absolutely.
Another comment says, you do realize Kyle isn't the only problematic person here, right? Your fiance enables his shit and never calls him out on it. So of course Kyle keeps going and going. Immature or not, he's an asshole. You sure you really want to marry a man that won't prioritize you over his already peaked immature bestie?
Yep.
Facts. Alright, there's an update that comes 5 days later. Hey everyone, thank you for the overwhelming support and comments on my original post. I didn't expect it to blow up, but reading the responses honestly gave me a lot of clarity and strength. So, 2 days after I posted my original post, I sat down with my fiance again to clear the air. I told him calmly that I wasn't changing my mind about Kyle. That it wasn't just about one joke. It was about the fact that Kyle has never shown me respect. And then my fiance understood we had a bigger issue. He got quiet and listened to me, and for the first time, I think it really hit him how serious everything was. A day later, Kyle texted me saying something along the lines of, sorry if you were sensitive about the joke the other night. Wasn't trying to ruin your birthday, lol. I showed that to my fiance, and he just sighed and said, that's just how he talks. So I said maybe then Kyle can talk like that from his home because he's not coming to our wedding. And now here's the best part. My fiance agreed. He wasn't too happy about it, but he said if it really makes me uncomfortable, then Kyle won't be there. He told that to Kyle and he threw a whole fit about it. Of course, as usual, called me controlling. And then Kyle's girlfriend texted me yesterday, quote, I'm honestly glad he's not going because he's been a nightmare about your wedding ever since you got engaged. So yeah, this exact thing made me realize what I did was absolutely the right thing to do and I dodged a bullet. Now about the wedding, it's still on. Just one less toxic guest on the list. Thank you all for giving me the push I needed to stand my ground.
Good, and I'm still a little concerned though. about the marriage that she's getting into.
Yeah.
It took so much for him to convince him. Ugh, it's just the way that he is.
Yeah, just...
I'd be pissed. Like, yo, I had a whole conversation with you about the fact that you need to apologize, and that's the fucking text you sent my fiance. Get fucked, bud.
Top comment on the update says, his girlfriend's response sums up perfectly why you didn't want him there. You have definitely dodged a bullet. He didn't even apologize and blamed it on you for being sensitive. I'm glad your fiance has your back. I hope you have a wonderful wedding. Someone else says, I do wonder why he's been a nightmare. OP, any chance he has feelings for you or for your fiance?
Right?
OP says, I get that it might seem dramatic out of context, but this wasn't just the one comment. It was the final straw after years of disrespect.
Yeah. No, cut it. Cut it all. Cut it good.
You're out, Kyle.
All right. That's all we got. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 79. They fucked around and they found out hard.